What's up, everybody? It's Bloodshed Romance, and we're going to be reviewing one of my recent games here at Mecha Break. I found out recently that you can do colored commentary, essentially, by watching some of your replays, and this game was actually really ridiculous, so I figured I'd go back and do a little commentary on it. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it here. So usually I start out, try to get an idea of what's going on, immediately see an Aquila, so I'm like, okay, well, that's got to go, obviously. So we start dancing, and literally just going at it. As you can see, we basically kind of had the same strategy, and so I'm like, okay, well, time to close the gap and get in on here so we can deal with that. Overwhelmed him, got him with the number one, and dodged his while maintaining pressure, dodged it again, and then he should go down. So, off the rip, that was ridiculous. Immediately turn, see some people half dead, so I'm like, alright, well, they've got to get gone. Missed that shot.
In here. This guy is ours.
At this point, I'm trying to recover some energy, because I'm like, ooh, that's not good. He was chatting in the bottom left. Apparently it doesn't show chat replay. He said we share the same brain cell. And I said, yeah, I noticed, LOL. That was kind of funny, because we literally were just dancing, doing the exact same mirrored moves. Props to that guy, for real, though. He's pretty decent at it. He doesn't just stand there as a static sniper, which is amazing to see other people do. I see him drop back in, and I'm like, okay, well, time to make him go away, because he is clearly going to be a problem. So we go at it again. I just overwhelming force, just rush him, just burn him down. The Falcon, I believe, or the Stego, came up behind me and helped me with him. Kind of stole my kill, honestly, but you know, hey, it's a team effort. Took a couple shots at the Sereneth, but see it just kind of lingering, so I'm like, I'm not going to fight with that one. Saw my Panaka getting wrecked, so figured I'd try to go overwhelm the Welkin. For some reason, I'm losing my UI there, so I have to back off just a little bit. I'm like, okay, well, I need to get the Panaka to heal me, so hopefully the Panaka sees me. The Panaka did not, so kind of took that hit for nothing. I was hoping for some heals by the Panaka, and I don't know. Panaka was preoccupied, I assume. But it's no worries. Alright, what's happening here? Is he going to come back? Oh, this is the time that I'm dead, I guess? And it doesn't show it? Alright, well, that's interesting. Alright, so we come back in. They're at the point, so I'm like, okay, well, that's got to go. See, the Aquila's almost dead, so I'm like, well, that's got to get finished. Because, obviously. Trying to get the system lock on. Notice the Welkin tried to come up behind me. Absolutely not. And then the Falcon is pushing me, and so switch targets to him. The Falcon and Sky Raider are also on him, and I didn't see them at the time, so then I'm like, okay, well, time to get out of there, because 3 people on a single Falcon is excessive. The Welkin was being a problem, so he needs to go, but then the Hurricane's just standing there, so, you know, gotta deal with that. Don't want to push him because my energy is always low, so kind of waiting on the Aquila to show back up because figured he was going to come back and want some more smoke. Saw the Tricera over here having some problems, so come and help him with that. Check for the Aquila again. Do not see the Aquila. Checking behind me, make sure I'm not going to get flanked. See the Aquila shooting over there, so gonna go help the Sky Raider out. Take a couple shots on him, make him duck back down. See the Falcon going over there too, so take a shot at him. The Aquila's down, so let's get the Falcon. I'm kind of seeing if the Sky Raider and Falcon are going to just maintain pressure on him. Again, I'm still trying to learn not to overextend myself by burning all of my energy. As you can see, I'm already down to a quarter, so I'm going to sit here and regenerate some. Looking for the Aquila, but also trying to hold the point, so put some pressure on the Hurricane, keep him out of there. Back again for the Aquila to show up, because he should be respawning any second. Hurricane still wants some more smoke, so gotta deal with him, try to burn him down. About now, the Eliseness is gonna come at me. Trying not to let them touch me. Gotta regen some more energy, so trying to return somewhere else. Getting shot at, so time to get out of there. Still looking for the Aquila. I think I just saw the shot, and then notice where he's at, and then try to line up a couple before he sees me.
Sky Raider.
try to get under his line of sight, but then the Falcon wants to push, which is probably the right move, but as soon as I start shooting at him, I don't know what that was, because that's the third or fourth time that happens. The Falcon will just glitch out, and I don't know if that's one of his moves. I need to go find out. But it'll just be like he disappears, and then he shows back up below. I don't know what that's all about. I'm already low on energy, so I don't want to push back in on the Aquila. And there's, at this point, enough of them shooting at me. I didn't want to go frontline anymore, so it's time to dip so I can recover some energy. Hopefully the Welkin was going to follow me, trying to just bait him away from everybody at this point. But while he's trying to take the Tricera, which is the right move, I'm just going to put pressure on him to keep him off of him as much as I can. After I miss my shots, because I still suck. I see Aquila's almost dead, so I'm trying to finish him off. They got him. The Serenith is actually kind of hard to hit. I don't know why that one missed, actually.
Enemy down.
Glad I could take out the Welkin there. The Hurricane's decoy drones are actually pretty nuts because I don't know if there's a way to override the auto-aim, but that is a very good defense for him because of that, because I could not just take a shot on him. Like, it forced me to hit his decoy drone. So at this point, I'm just trying to see where the teammate are, hold my energy, try to get that back up as much as I can, because I'm sure the Aquila's back. There is enough right there. Try to take some shots on him, keep pressure on him to keep him off the Panaka. I don't know why Panaka's up front, but maybe that's just something the Panaka can do. I see the Serenith. I know Serenith's been causing problems all this game, so tried to keep pressure on them. Started getting shot. The Welkin's trying to chase me, so trying to not be there anymore. Try to check and see if the Welkin's going to keep coming, and he does. So just at this point, keeping him off the point is the job, because Welkin is a very hard hitter. So at this point, I'm just trying to keep my energy up enough that I can run, while also keeping aggro on him, because I know he's just going to get mad and come at me, which is exactly what he did. So he burned his skill trying to trap me, and I'm just going to skedaddle right on over across the map. See you later, Welkin. At this point, just checking to make sure I'm not getting flanked by one of his other buddies, because they keep liking to do that. So just going to try to take some pot shots to get somebody to look over here and try to keep them out of there while doing some damage while I can. Aquila takes a shot at me, so I see them. Gonna have to take shots at that. See the Falcon trying to push me, so gotta switch targets onto him while avoiding fire from the Aquila across the map. So literally just gonna sprint back and forth, trying to just dodge and weave. Got him down. Now find the Aquila, make sure he didn't push up. See the intercept icon, try to line up a shot. I've wasted so much time pointing at him that I could have done literally so much else. So see whoever's hurt, Hurricane trying to put some pressure, and he's just not going to look at me, so he's going to die. At this point, there's a bunch of people on the point, so let's hit the number 3 and then just start taking shots. And then the storm comes in, so it doesn't auto-lock anymore, but hey, at this point, damage is damage, because nobody knows who anybody is, so I see people running around, and it's just going to be shoot whoever I can see. Pretty sure that was a friendly, which is very unfortunate, but at least there's not friendly fire. We are, at this point, I noticed there's 62 and 92, but in the middle of a storm, there's not a lot I can do, other than just try to keep them off the point. I look for where the point's going to go, so that's where we're going now. I see some teammates over there, so I'm trying to make sure I'm giving them support. See the Falcon on the ground, which is not where he should be. See the Aquila in the midst, so got to take him out, because that's a real threat. There's the first ace. And then I'm low on energy, so time to back up and regen. I'm relatively useless because I can't tell who's who, so at this point I'm just trying to find who's a target and take shots while I can. Make sure the Aquila's not coming at me. Move again, try to get out of the storm for a second. Try to make sure the Aquila hasn't come back at me, because I'm sure that was coming. At this point, I'm just going to start taking shots, get them off, because we've got to get the point and get points on the board. So literally just hit the 3 and try to get as much damage out there as I can. Almost got the Welkin down. So gotta go try to finish him because he's on the Panaka, which is not good. I don't know if I saved the Panaka there. Panaka is dead, so I did not save the Panaka there, which is quite unfortunate. But got him down too, so it was a trade. I don't know if I noticed the Aleseness was out of their armor there, but that was nice. And then see that everybody's kind of low, so there's the second ace. I believe that is the first game that I've gotten 2 aces in a row, so there is that. The Aquila's here. Obviously, he is actually pretty decent, so got to deal with him. While also trying to take the Falcon out of energy and out of my mobility kit, which was very unfortunate. At this point, we're at 70-95, but trying to kill them as much as we can. At this point, I'm just like, okay, well, somebody's got to run the point, so let me try. And obviously, that is not what I should have done because I'm at a quarter health. But I saw the Welkin was there, so Welkin's got to get pressured. Falcon was on the Aleseness, which is good, but Welkin is a very big problem. At this point, I'm checking for the Aquila, and then I saw the Aleseness coming at me, so time to not be there anymore. We're 1 minute from winning, or losing, but we got to get on the point, so I look for where the point is, see Panaka has it, and at this point, it's just try to keep Panaka in the point. Panaka's just doing ring around the rosy, and we get it. If it wasn't for Panaka doing that right there, it would have been game for sure. Looking over here at the details, I've got 671,000 damage, double aces, 14 kills, 1 death. The rest of our team, the Sky Raider, did 385k, which is extremely good for a Sky Raider. The Falcon did 290, which is extremely good for a Falcon. Stego 400, which is extremely good for a Stego. I mean, everybody across the board basically just did a great job. I gave everybody kudos. I mean, it was honestly couldn't really ask for much more in a team. The Panaka did almost 300k in healing, which is I've seen more, but that's still extremely good. And they uploaded 54, so literally the Panaka was the only one really running the point. The Tricera did 259. It's probably one of the weaker sides of Tricera, but you know, I'm sure that they were being punished a lot. I mean, 1.1 million is nothing to sneeze at on damage taken. So honestly, overall, the team did great. Their Welkin, 286. That's really low for a Welkin, I'm not going to lie. Their Hurricane, 306. That's pretty dang good for a Hurricane. Their Falcon did 150, so our Falcon did almost double their damage. But I was also focusing their Falcon, trying to keep them off. Sereneth, 455,000 damage. That is a significant amount for a Sereneth from what I've seen in the past. So clearly they knew what they were doing. Glad that they only got 2 kills and 4 deaths when they were doing it. But most of that SVP rating is probably because they were doing most of the upload for their team. The Aleseness, 131. I don't know if they were just getting shut down. They only died twice, but that's kind of low for damage for Aleseness. And their Aquila did 371. So I did do significantly more damage than them, but that's because they also died 7 times. I'm not going to leave an Aquila on the field if I'm also an Aquila, because I don't need that competition in my life. So yeah, I mean, honestly, our team did an amazing job. Most of their team did an okay job. But wait, can I actually go back and give kudos to other people? Oh, that's so cool. I didn't even realize you could do that. That's actually insanely cool. Alright, cool. So if you want to go back and give anybody kudos, you can just go back to your previous games and give kudos whenever. That's actually really cool. That was one of the more intense games for sure that we've had. If we back up in here, the Falcon was trying to keep pressure on me, but again, Falcons... I won't say Falcons shouldn't try to push Aquilas, but if the Aquila knows what they're doing and is able to stay away from the Falcon should back off and just completely reevaluate their strategy, because there is no shot if an Aquila can outrun you that the Falcon's going to be able to outdamage them, because they can pop their 3 and just blow you down. Like, there is no way you're going to overcome that. Now, if they're, you know, a static entity not running around at all, sure, the Falcon can absolutely take them every day of the week. But if you're getting focused as a Falcon from an Aquila, do not just keep pushing them. Either try to flank them and stay behind them or something. I don't know. I haven't fought an Aquila as a Falcon yet. But yeah, I mean, right there, it's just, if the Aquila has their 3 and enough shots, they're just gonna dump a bunch of damage across the board if y'all are all together. At this point, I was kind of unchecked, so... I mean, this right here was kind of ridiculous, because this is here where there's a bunch of kills happening. So they, I mean, individually they tried to get up at me, and it just, they couldn't get up. There was enough of us hitting them that it just was not going to work out for them. So yeah, that was a double ace game, and hope you guys join me for some of my streams. I'm going to try to stream this more often, and if you catch me, say hey. If you want to join up and party, come join me at Meh Gaming, MEH, gaming.org, and we'll see you next time. Peace.